Welcome back to the CellCraft tutorial series. In the previous video, we created a plugin using custom scripts. Now let's walk through how to upload that plugin to the CellCraft step by step. To begin registering your plugin, open the plugin editor. Start by entering a name and a short description for your plugin. Next, you'll need to upload the necessary files in the appropriate sections. Standard dependency files are where you upload files like requirements.txt, environment.yml, or rnv.lock. These files allow CellCraft to automatically install the packages your plugin depends on from public repositories like PyPI or CRAN. If your plugin includes custom code organized in folders, you can upload that directory under Custom Script folder. Finally, if your plugin uses libraries that are not available on PyPI or CRAN, such as precompiled .whl or .tar.gz packages, you can upload them under local dependency files. Make sure each file is uploaded to the correct section so that CellCraft can properly set up your plugin environment. Once everything is ready, click Next to move on. Now it's time to define your plugin's logic as a set of nodes. Each script you created earlier becomes a node, also known as a rule. First, you need to upload the script and specify the rule title. Next, you need to add the elements required to execute the script. For each node, specify the script file to run. The input and output files all require parameters. You can also set parameter types, default values, and file format filters here. If your node uses an H5AD file as its input, CellCraft supports H5AD pre-processing parameters. These include cell group for selecting cells by type, pseudo time for using trajectory data, clusters to specify which groups of cells to include, and UMAP lasso for interactive selection from the UMAP view. These parameters generate three key outputs: expression.csv, trajectory.txt, and cellselect.txt. Users can manually define the next nodes in the workflow and connect these outputs as inputs for GRN inference. Once your rules are defined, nodes will be automatically generated based on the number of inputs and outputs you specify. In addition to inputs and outputs, you can also define parameters such as integer, float, string, or Boolean. For each parameter, you can set a default value and optionally define minimum or maximum limits. These parameters will appear as configurable fields in the workflow editor's GUI before execution, allowing users to adjust them easily as part of the analysis setup. If the output file name of one node matches the input file name of another, automatically links them. This connection allows data to flow between nodes, enabling seamless execution across the workflow. If your plugin generates visual results, make sure to check the visualization node option in the editor. When the visualization node option is enabled, a Plotly compatible.json output is automatically added to the node. This file is essential for rendering interactive visualizations in the CellCraft interface. If you define an input file named target in a visualization node, the workflow editor will allow users to select from the available outputs of previous nodes to use as its input. Before uploading, you should validate your plugin configuration. Make sure that the node connections, plugin structure, script files, parameters, and dependency files are all properly set up. Check that each node is connected correctly and that input and output files match across nodes. Once you've reviewed the entire structure, and confirm that everything looks good, you can proceed with uploading the plugin. And if you press the Activate button for the created plugin, you are ready to test it. Once the plugin is uploaded, it's time to test it in action. Open the workflow editor and create a new workflow using your plugin. First, check that the input file, result file, and visualization nodes appear as intended. These should match the structure you defined when building the plugin. Next, inspect the algorithm node. Make sure all parameters are listed correctly, with the proper default values, types, and constraints. Once this initial check is complete, it's time to verify that the plugin actually works. Run the workflow and monitor the task status. Make sure the execution finishes with a success status. Finally, check that the expected output files are correctly generated and appear in the result file node. If something goes wrong during execution, double-check your scripts or refer to the official CellCraft troubleshooting guide. Please check if there are any problems in the workflow by checking the output file through the result file node and proceeding to visualization. And that's it. Now you know how to upload, register, and test your own plugin in CellCraft. By following these steps, you can turn any custom script into a modular, reusable component on the application. We hope this tutorial helps you extend CellCraft with your own analytical tools. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.